We'll do our power core, your mat, your space on the floor, probably sneakers. We'll do some squats and some lunges on the front side. And then if you have dumbbells, you can get those. If you have a couple of different sets or different weight level, feel free to get them so that you have the option to trade out if one is too heavy or too light. So let's go ahead. We'll find our comfortable footing, a nice neutral spine, feet about hips distance apart, soft in the knees, braced in the ab. Let's take an inhale, circle the arms all the way up, place those hands on the hips, a squat to tuck round and roll through the spine, taking a shoulder roll at the top to loosen everything up. We'll do that again. Big inhale, lift, hands on the hips, hips back, slow movement through the body, shoulder roll at the top. Let's take that right leg out to the side in a side lunge, hinging through those hips, pushing the hips back. That right knee ends up over the ankle. Good. You feel that big stretch in the left inner thigh. Keeping the feet where they are. On the inhale, let's lift and shift. So we'll lift up and center, roll through the hips, send the hips back, bend that left knee, and then feel the inner thigh on the right side. On the inhale, let's lift and shift again. Nice, and switch. We'll take one more each side. It's kind of easing into it this morning. We'll bring it back to center, again, keeping feet where they are, both legs straight, hip hinge, reaching the top of the head forward, long spine. We feel those hamstrings. Full inhale and exhale. And then we'll start to bend the knees, drop the hips, tuck the tush, and roll up to standing. We'll take the shoulder roll at the top. And we'll bring those feet back in close to one another. Let's bring the right knee into the chest, toes up. We're going to switch, alternating knee lifts, keeping that navel drawn in tight to support the spine. You can work at your own pace, starting to get the blood flowing. As you're able, you'll start to step a little bit wider, really opening up those hips. And let's add a rotation through the trunk, turning our chest towards the knee that we're lifting. We've got about 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, last one here. Back into center. Let's take that right leg behind us. We're coming into a lunge, okay? So right leg is behind us. We're tucking our tush underneath. We feel a hip flexor stretch here. We're going to take both arms up for the ceiling, pull the shoulder blades down, bending into that back knee, and lifting tall. Again. One more. Good, release the hands to the hips. Let's step that right leg forward and take the left leg back. Same thing, tuck those hips under, lift the chest, draw the navel in, both arms go up, shoulder blades retract and pull down, bending the back knee, standing tall. Last one. Good, release hands to the hips. Let's step that leg forward. Good, give those legs a little bit of a shake. And then let's pick up our dumbbells. So we're going to do some squats and lunges, moving with our dumbbells. All right, hips distance on the legs. We're going to take a reverse lunge with a hammer curl. Right leg will start. Right leg goes back. We bring in a bicep curl, hammer curl, step forward. Let's continue with the right leg. Nice, slow, and control on those curls. If lunging troubles the knees, feel free to change it to a tap back, just reaching those toes behind and tapping them instead of taking a full lunge. Last two.
Last one with right leg. Let's go right into that left leg. So left leg back, continue with your hammer curls. Good, that spine staying long and strong. We'll take 2 more. Last one. Good, we'll release to center. Let's turn this into a deadlift. Okay, so heavier weights, open through the chest. Just a little softness in those knees. We take a hip hinge, leading with the chest. Weights staying right in front of those legs. Push into the heels, squeeze the buns and abdominals to stand tall, don't arch. Inhale down. Exhale, come up slow. Good, opening up the chest at the top without arching the back. We're going to take 2 more. Last one, let's take it super slow on your way up. Really focus on pulling in through the belly, flexing those thighs and glutes all the way to the top. We'll roll or shake out those shoulders and prepare our space for side lunges. We'll start with the right leg, stepping out to the side, hips back, arms just hanging, but that torso is long and strong. Pushing off through that right leg, coming back into center. Let's do 10 off to the right side. We step out, we press off. Good, looking to fire those glutes by pushing into the heel. Two more. Let's hold this one out to the side. We'll place our right hand on the thigh, focusing on our left arm. We're going to take 10 rows. Navel tight, elbow brushes the body as it comes straight behind us. Hold and control it on the way down. Exhale, pull, inhale, control that weight all the way down. Good, halfway there. We'll take one more. We'll release those arms. Big push off that right heel to come to center. Left side, we'll take 10 side lunges. Step out wide, hips back, drive that heel into the floor. 9 more. Two to go. This is the last one. Let's hold it out there. Good. Strong spine. Left hand on the thigh, right arm row. Pull it up. Return slowly. Feel that shoulder blade and upper back working. Two left. Last one. Good, release those arms, big push off. Into center we go, shoulders roll. Let's bring our weights together and add our chest. If it's too much weight, go ahead and get rid of one of the weights and hold one on either end. We're gonna bring feet to hips distance and toes turn out just slightly. Lock the abdominals, we're going into a wide squat. We're gonna step right leg out wide, drop those hips straight down, press into center. 9 more on the right. Big wide squat. Two to go. Last one. Left side, here we go. Step wide, drop straight down, push into the heels, squeeze the inner thighs and buns on the way up. Good, that heart rate should be coming up. We have 2 more. Last one. Good. Bring it into center. Roll out those shoulders. All right, let's bring feet hips distance apart. Soften our knees. We're going to take our reverse lunges with our bicep curl. This time, however, we'll alternate. So we'll start right leg. Right leg lunge, hammer curl, push off center, left leg. Good. Continue to alternate. Good. Controlling that bicep curl. Again, you can do tap backs if you want. Three sets left. 3, 2. One more, good one, each side. Last one here. Good, release. Let's bring those hands around front, draw the shoulder blades back and down, and prepare for our deadlift. We'll take that hip hinge, hands reaching down towards the feet, push into the heels, lock the belly, squeeze the buns all the way up. Inhale down, exhale up. Three left. Continue to go slow, especially on that way up. Last one, super slow. Shoulders roll, arms at our side, feet hips distance, alternating side lunges. We'll start right. Right leg steps out, hips back, push into the heel, left leg. And that spine staying long and strong by drawing in through the lower abdominals. Halfway there, 5 sets left. So we're going to hold it over to this right side. We're going to find that row, balancing left hand on the thigh, pull up out of that left elbow, work that shoulder blade and upper back. Take 2 more here. Last one. Good, arms release, big push off. Other side, we'll hold that side lunge, balance the right hand on the thigh, left arm pulls up for the row, slow to return. Two left. Last one. Good, big push off, come to center. Let's bring those weights together or get rid of one, coming in for our wide squats. We'll take feet hips distance, belly button tight. Alternating sides, right leg steps out wide. We drop down into that squat, push into the heels to come back to center. Left leg steps wide. We drop down, push off. We'll continue to alternate side to side. Bring in a little shortness of breath, perhaps. We have 3 sets left. Hang in there. Stay tight through the core. Watch your form. 2. 1 more good one each side. Release in the center. Release those arms. Roll out those shoulders. All righty, my friends. Let's go ahead. Take that right heel forward. Okay, so right heel forward in front of the left. Okay. We're going to turn palms to face away from us. Chest is open, shoulder blades down. Looking for a regular bicep curl. We squeeze and focus on the bicep. Control its flow on the way down. Option, add a leg lift. A straight leg lift forward. Okay, steady through the hips. 2 more with the arms. Good, arms rest, just the leg. Leading with the inner thigh, the heel and ankle. Contracting those lower abdominals to help lift the leg each time. Hold this next one up and give you little pulses, thinking about that inner thigh. 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and kick everything out. We're going to switch sides. So that left heel goes out in front of the right foot. We turn the palms to face forward, draw the shoulder blades back and down, navel in. Here we go. We're bringing in biceps with a straight leg lift front. Slow and controlled. Challenging our balance. All those small supporting muscles. Last one with the arms. Let the arms now rest by the side, just the leg focused on that inner thigh. Get it nice and high, each one counting. Next one, we'll hold it up, take those little pulses. Good, really flex the foot, push through the heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and kick out those legs. Nicely done. Shoulder blades, roll back and down. All right, let's take right leg forward, left leg back. The left foot is slightly turned to the side, and we have a comfortable split stance with both heels on the floor. Okay, both heels on the floor. Arms hanging at either side. Chest is lifted, and there's a slight hinge in our hip. We're going to take a double row, keeping the belly tight. Both elbows pull back behind us. Slow on the return. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, resist gravity on the return. Both shoulder blades now squeezing together at the top. Let's hold those elbows up and behind us. Lengthen through the neck. Drop those shoulders. Holding the weights at our side here in our row, we're turning this into our tricep pushback. Straightening or extending the arms behind. Bending at the elbow, weights come back in towards the chest. Shoulders and shoulder blades staying down. Two more. Last one. Good. We'll bring the leg forward, release those arms and weights, and take a nice big shoulder roll. Take a nice big shoulder roll. All righty, my friends. Let's bring both weights up to the chest. Okay, so our elbows are bent, both weights being held up to the chest, okay? All right, belly button super tight. We're gonna lift our right leg out to the side with a flexed foot. We'll bring it in. Let's continue with just the right leg. It's a lift and a lower, a lot of balance. A lift and a lower. Good, work the outside of the hip, upper body, torso, and core. Having to hold the body steady and support the extra weight of the dumbbells. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. 1. Good, let's go right into the other side, other leg, left leg. Out to the side, flexed foot, stable in our hips. Two more. Last one. Good, let's release the weights. Roll out those shoulders. All right, finishing up, okay? Last round. Right heel goes out forward. We stand tall, square those hips. We're gonna do that leg lift front and a bicep curl where we're gonna rotate through the wrist. So it starts like a hammer, and then the wrists rotate so that the palms face towards the body. They'll rotate back into the hammer on the way down. All right, let's get all that weight into the left leg, stabilize. When you're ready, start your curl with your front leg lift. Good, feeling the length of that inner thigh. Two more. Last one with the arms. We're going to let the arms rest by the side, just the straight leg lift forward. And pushing through that heel. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that leg out front. Let's bend the knee, tap the shin with the heel, and then extend or straighten the leg. Bend and extend. Bend, extend. Feel that inner thigh. Feel all those muscles around the knee that support it. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one here. 1. Good. Kick those legs out. Shake out your hips. Let's set up with the left heel forward. Toes slightly out. Tall posture. All the weight in that right leg. Let's rotate the wrist for our curl and forward leg lift. Two more with arms. Last arm. Arms rest by the side, just the leg. Forward, heel and ankle leading. Length of that leg. Keep the tummy tight. 2 more. Let's hold that leg forward. Bend the knee, heel taps, kick it out front. Halfway, 5 left. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, release it all. Give it a kick. Shimmy, shake, all of it loose. Roll out those shoulders. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna take our left leg forward, right leg back. Setting up for our final set of rows, and we'll finish it with the tricep push back. Slight hinge in the hip, chest open, both arms pull way behind, slow to return. Exhale, pull. Inhale, control it back. Nice long neck. Two more rows. Last one, hold that row up there. Hold the shoulder blades down, lengthen the neck, take your tricep push back. Both arms extend behind, Keep the wrists locked. Two left. Last one here. Good, bring those arms down, roll out those shoulders and release. Let's take our weights down to our mat. So you can put one on either side of your mat so that they can be used a little bit later on when we're on that mat. We're going to take one big stretch, inhaling, reaching the arms up, hands on the hips, hips back, a slow tuck round and roll just to release any tension that may be in the spine, the shoulders, and the neck. So we'll get rid of all of that. If you're looking for a drink, now would be a good time. We're going to transition to the mat. We're going to take one full plank on our way down. You can do this on your elbows, your forearms, or straight arm, open palm. And of course, you can come down on your knees at any time to continue with the plank. Let's go ahead. Hip hinge, finding your way down to the mat, setting yourself up in the plank of your choice, making sure your shoulders are stacked over your wrists, or if you're on your forearms, over your elbows. Your chest is open and those shoulder blades are drawn back, down, and together. The navel pulls up and in. The thighs and glutes are flexed. Arms pulling towards the feet, feet pulling towards the arms. Till you feel those abdominal muscles supporting you. Maybe even a little quake. Lengthening through the neck. Gazing out in front of you. Breathing. Looking for 15 more seconds to round off our minute. 10, 9, 8, don't let those hips drop. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find an extended child's pose on your knees, arms extended and long. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And we're going to shift into all fours. Shoulders over our wrists, little space between the knees, hips directly over the knees. Abdominals tight. We're extending that right leg out behind us, making sure that the hip bones stay square to the mat and not sinking. We're going to extend the left arm. Stabilize that right shoulder. Hold here. Option, add a crunch. Knee and elbow meet under the body, rounding the back on the exhale. Pull in, exhale. Inhale, extend. Stability. Halfway, 5 left. Last one. Release. Set up for the other side. Extend through the leg first, flex foot, hips square, abdominals tight, right arm reaches, left shoulder supports. Option to hold or exhale, draw knee and elbow under, extend. Stay steady, you're almost there. 2 to go. Last one. Release. Good, take a round cat back, allowing the head to hang. On the inhale, arching the back slightly, you're taking your chest forward to open it and stretch the abdominals. Releasing into neutral. Let's bring those knees together, shift the weight so we can come to a seated position. Swinging those legs out in front. All right, so we're going to do a row, some abdominal work with a row. I like my heels on the floor, but if you want to make it more challenging, you can elevate the heels and balance on your sits bones. You can do this with or without, okay, with or without a weight. If you have heavy weights, I suggest you only use one single dumbbell. If you have 2 light weights, Put one lightweight in each hand. That's another option. All right, let's find those sits bones. Plant the heels on the floor or elevate them if you are. We're going to extend the arms straight out in front of us. Lift through the chest. We're going to extend through the hip, reaching the chest forward. And just like we were rowing a boat, we hip hinge back, bend the elbows, bring the weight towards the chest, just above the navel. Inhale, extend, reach forward. Exhale, pull back. You feel that rib cage. You feel that tightness. Not allowing a pooch in that belly. We don't want to train the belly to pooch. We want to train that belly to stay tight as we challenge it. We've got 5 more. 5, 4, 3. Again, if the weight's too much, you can get rid of it. We got 1 more really good one. Good, bring it back through center. Let's go ahead, put the weight down. Roll out those shoulders, grabbing on underneath our thighs. We're gonna find that balance on our sits bones. We're gonna lift and open the chest, lengthen our neck, draw the navel in. Good, that core staying tight. We have the option of releasing one arm. Maybe switching, releasing the other arm. Maybe leaving both arms open and off the thighs. Find that challenge. If it's still too easy, extend the legs straight out to about a 45. Holding, breathing, lifting, lengthening through the spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the feet down, wrap the arms around those knees. Big hug. Big inhale, big exhale. Release. Good. Let's extend those legs long. We're going to take a roll down. For that, we're taking a C curve. So we're going to long, hold in, reach fingertips towards the toes, tuck the chin. Inhaling, we're coming down 1 vertebra at a time. As it gets tough, we continue to draw through the navel, flex the feet, push through the heels. Exhale, control it all the way down. Eventually, the head coming down to the mat, fingertips over the head. Inhaling, arms will start to lift again. Head peels off the mat. Shoulders, shoulder blades. Exhale, push through the heels. Come all the way up. Take the stretch. Reach the fingers towards the toes. Inhale, coming back down 1 vertebra at a time. Low, tight. Overhead, the arms reach, gives us a full body stretch. On the inhale, fingertips reach up towards the ceiling, head peels off, shoulders, shoulder blades, spine. Exhale, push, flow through, reach. 1 more time, inhale, coming down. Good, release. On the next inhale, fingertips for the ceiling, peel off the floor. Exhale, reach and stretch. Good. Release, relax those arms, rolling out the shoulders. We're going to come all the way down onto our backs. Okay, all the way down on our backs. Take your weights, okay, or at least get them close enough to you on your way down so that when you're lying down, you can pick them up safely without injuring your shoulders. We're going to take elbows out wide to the side. We're going to look for a fly, okay? We're going to do a fly to work the chest, and then we'll do a little skull crusher to finish off those triceps. Let's bring feet closer to our buttocks. Let's square that tailbone and draw it into the mat. Option, feet stay on the mat with knees bent, or feet are elevated off the mat like you're sitting in a chair with knees bent. Whatever feels better for your back. Okay? Let's extend those arms open. On an exhale, squeezing those chest muscles, we bring the weights together over the head. Inhale, control it all the way open without touching the floor. Exhale, squeeze the chest, bring it together. So taking 8 more flies, keeping that low back in contact with our mat so that we're not overarching. We're using that core to stabilize us as we work the chest muscles. 4 left. 4, 3, 2, Next time those weights are up, we're holding them up. You can either push them together or keep them separate. It's a little easier with them together. Transitioning to the skull crusher, we bend at the elbow, the weights come toward the forehead or temples, and then we straighten the arms to push them back towards the ceiling. So it's just an elbow hinge, bending and straightening, shoulder blades and head staying down on the mat. A little help from those abdominals each time we straighten those arms. Two more. Last one with arms straight. We're going to come back into a fly. We're going to do one fly, two skull crushers or triceps. So let's do it. One fly, open the arms, close, pause, two skull crushers. One, two. One fly, two skull crushers. Three more sets. One fly, two, one, two. One more time through. One last fly, two skull crushers to finish it up. Good. Let's put the feet on the floor. Weights on our hip creases. Okay, weights on our hip creases. So heels are fairly close to the buttocks. Our weights are literally balancing on those hip creases. We're not really using the arms except to stabilize them so the weights don't roll off. We're going to work our way into a bridge. Pushing through those feet, we're lifting hips up towards the ceiling, making sure that our thighs stay parallel and they don't wing out. Okay? Here we go with some hip dips, allowing those hips to take the weight. We lower the hips just to barely brush the floor, squeeze the buttock, push the hips up to the ceiling. Slow, controlled. Good. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's hold those hips up. Give me little pulses, little squeezes of the tush. Good. Come back into singles. Lower down, squeeze, press up. Those buns should be burning. Three more. Next time up, hold it up there, little pulses. Five left, come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down slowly. Let's take those weights off to the side. Bring both knees into the chest. Give it a little bit of a hug. Wonderful. Let's take ankles together, knees together at a 90 degree, like we're sitting in a chair. Arms out to the side for support. If you need a little more support for the back to prevent it from arching, tuck those hands underneath those hips. We're going to work from the hip, allowing the legs to be dead weight, challenging those lower abdominals. Both legs lower towards the floor, staying bent at that 90 degree. You should be quaking in the abdominals. Exhale, use those abdominals to lift the legs back up. Because you're not working any legs, they're not bending and unbending, they're like dead weight, drifting towards the floor and then pulling back up in towards the chest. Good. Exhaling on your way up, inhaling on the way down. The back staying in contact with the mat. Good. We're going to take 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to rotate side to side with those knees, working our obliques. Arms out to the side, ankles together, knees together, back supported by the mat, allowing the legs to drift towards one side of the room, pausing before the legs touch the floor. Exhale, focus on the outside of the waist to roll back onto your back. Then to the other side. The shoulders staying down and in contact with the mat the whole time. Good, moving slowly. The slower we go, the more challenging it becomes. Really taking that pause as the legs hover just above the floor. 3 more sets. We're going to take 1 more each side. So look for your best one here. Try to get as close to the floor as you can without actually releasing the contraction. Reset that low back in the center and then to the other side. Back into the center. Hands grab onto those knees. We're going to do a tuck and extend on the exhale, pulling knees in towards the chest, head and shoulders lift. We tuck like a ball. On the inhale, double extension. Head can come down if you wish. Legs at a 45, arms overhead, belly quaking. Exhale, bring it in, tuck. Inhale, extend. Repeat. Your head can stay up the whole time if you're looking for a little more challenge, or that neck can release and head can come down. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, knees into the chest, give them a hug, release the head down to the mat. Take your left ear towards the mat just to give a neck stretch. And then slowly to the other side. Good, neck in neutral, back in center. We're going to put our left foot on the mat, extend that right foot up for the ceiling, and we've got our toe pointed. Okay, so right leg is stick straight, toe pointed. We're going to grab on behind that right leg. Maybe both hands on the thigh, the hamstring, maybe one on calf, one on hamstring. Wherever those arms reach is fine. We draw the tailbone down, secure the back. Then extend that left leg. So you're like a scissor. Both feet have toes pointed. Draw the navel in. If the neck is comfortable, you can lift head and shoulders, further contracting the abdominals. Now turn this into a quick scissor, switching legs. And switch. And switch. Good, continue to alternate while holding the abdominals tight. If the neck is fatigued, you can leave that head down. Good. 10 more seconds. Full extension out of these legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend both knees, bring them into the chest. Let that head lower down to the mat. Left ear to the side. And right. And center. Let's release both knees. Knees are bent. We're going to cross left ankle over our right thigh, looking for a 4 square stretch. Okay, looking for a 4 square stretch. Draw that navel down, take fingertips behind the head, elbows wide, chest is open. Leaving that hip in that wonderful stretch, getting a few more challenges for those core muscles. On an exhale, right shoulder lifts and twists towards that left knee. Inhale, lie it back down. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, release slowly.
5 more. Focus on that core, pulling in each time we lift. 3, big rotation. 2, last one. Now leave those legs crossed, but release the head and hands. Take the hands, grab behind that right thigh, and pick up the right foot. Use the left elbow to push against the left thigh. And find that deep hip and glute stretch. Full inhale, full exhale. Good. While you're here, extend or straighten your right leg. Press that right heel towards the ceiling. Starting to stretch in your calf and your hamstring. Let's release, slowly lowering that right foot down to the mat, uncrossing, recrossing right ankle, left thigh, opening up that hip, taking fingertips behind the head, elbows wide, shoulder blades stay down, looking for that rotating crunch. Exhale, inhale, release. Use those obliques. Here's 10. We have 5 to go. This is our very last exercise, so really make the most of each one. 4, 3, digging deep, pulling way into the core. 2, last one. Releasing hands, head, hands grabbing behind that left thigh. Right elbow giving a little nudge on that right thigh to increase the stretch. We take a deep breath. Full inhale, complete exhale. Straightening that left leg, pressing the heel towards the ceiling so that we feel a stretch in our calf and our hamstring while keeping our low spine anchored to the mat. Good, bending that left knee, releasing, uncrossing, both knees come into the chest. Let's give this a little rock back and forth or side to side. We're going to roll ourselves either back and forth with a chin tuck to roll up to seated, or a roll side to side using our hands to help support us as we come up into all fours. We'll finish with a nice quad and hip flexor stretch. Coming in through all fours, taking our right leg forward, allowing the hips and body weight to shift forward into that hip flexor on the left side. Lifting chest, maybe flexing that left foot and lifting it slightly off the floor for a little deeper quad stretch. We'll release, shifting the body weight back just so that we can switch legs. Bringing that left leg forward, drawing the hips forward, opening the chest. As that hip flexor releases, maybe getting into the quad a little bit more with a bent knee and a flexed foot. Good, releasing. Let's work our way into standing. You can curl those right toes underneath to bring the right knee under the body, transitioning into a wide squat and a slow roll up to standing. Take your time so you don't get a head rush, and watch your footing so you don't trip over your dumbbells. We'll take a couple of big shoulder rolls. We'll release those arms to our side and reach that right ear out towards the shoulder until we feel a stretch in our neck. Fingertips pulling down towards the floor. Let's reverse left ear. Oh, yeah, over to the left. Head lifts in center, turning and looking over the right shoulder, keeping shoulder blades back. Another side.
and center. Let's circle the arms up. Big inhale, lift those ribs. Hands come on our hips. Take those hips back, one vertebra at a time. That slow tuck round and roll your way up to standing. Shoulder roll at the top. Had a great workout. Thank you again for joining me for the Power Core.